Well, for me personally, I was a modest guy. I didn't talk too much trash. I just did my thing. If you say something to me, I'm gonna bark back. But for the most part, I was pretty cool. But one thing that I did do was when I made a play, a person that I love to look to was the San Francisco 49ers sideline, in particular, Kyle Shanahan.
Talk about it.
He would wear his hat, it'd be all low. He'll just be calling his plays, and I look at him like, how dare you even think about running that play to my side? I know you see me. Don't run that screen to my side. Kyle Shanahan, look at me loud and yeah. And so he was a guy that he was, first of all, one of the best play callers that this game has ever seen. But when I made a play that Kyle Shanahan drew up, I let him know, yeah, I sniffed it out, run it somewhere else.
Did you ever say anything back?
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, do you ever say anything back to you?
No, he pretend like he don't see me. You know, he has his hat all low, the playbook over his face. I know he saw me, he heard me loud and clear, but he didn't say anything back.
Now, you said when you got to the sideline, were the 49ers one of those teams where as soon as you got to the sideline, every player on the sideline is talking trash, pointing at you?
That is the Rams. The Rams, the trainers talk, the players talk, the coaches talk, and they let it be known. And so, but for the 49ers, no, they kept it cool, and I just looked at the 49ers
You guys
sideline.
did that a lot, too, on the sideline. We played you guys during COVID.
You guys were all church mice, all of you guys, just real quiet.
The 2020 season, the entire sideline was like a cheering section. Yeah, what's going on?
Everybody brought the energy, so it was always fun. And Kyle Shanahan in particular, that was public enemy number one.
We love it.
Number one.
Tell us the name of the person whose trash talk helped bring out the best in you.
Well, staying with that team, Trent Williams.
He talks, yeah.
And Trent Williams, he doesn't trash talk. Trent Williams is just disrespectful. he's just disrespectful. He was holding me my last year. I'm like, hey, bro, stop holding me. What he said, I can't say on live TV. He just goes from 0 to 100 real quick. And I was like, okay, I know I can't mess with you, so I'm gonna take it out on George Kittle and Kyle Juszczyk. I can't mess with you, Trent Williams. And so we all remember the infamous moment with him and Richard Sherman when after the playoff game. Words got exchanged. Like I said, he goes from 0 to 100 real quick. And so he was just holding me my lash. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And the way he talked to me, like, bro, I'm not some chump rookie. I'm a grown man out here as well. So, put some respect on my name. And so he definitely is a trash talker, but more like disrespectful than it is trash talking.
I mean, I was covering the game, and I remember being in the locker room after like a Thursday night win against Arizona, and I walk in, and it's Earl Thomas, Brandon Browner, Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman. They had their own shower mats in the visiting locker room. They brought their own Legion of Boom shower mats, and they set up. And these guys were chirping. So Sherman, in the fourth quarter of a game, Deion Sanders was working that game also for NFL Network. Sherman's, hey, Prime, you watching us? We're legendary. And this is when they were like second-year guys. Are you watching us? That was the energy. Did you feed off that? Like, were you one of those guys? It was unbelievable to watch in person.
Just to piggyback, these dudes had floor mats in the locker room. Like, they had their own, and their numbers was on it. I didn't know they had
floor mats. They would bring it to the visiting. I meant floor mats. So they would take a shower, and they would put it out in front. And it was a floor mat, and it would say, like, 25, Sherman. And it was just a Legion of Boom.
They had that.
And they had their own...
A floor mat?
You didn't travel that way?
No, I've never seen...
They had floor mats. They had their own magazines. They had the jerseys, and they were superstars. These dudes were legendary. We talk about the best secondary in the NFL history. Obviously, it belongs to these guys. And so they were rock stars, and they knew it early. Richard Sherman, here you are. We're rookies, bro. We're in the same class. How are you the best cornerback in the game already? Like, we just came on the scene. But he knew what he was. He knew how special he was. And that era we had, those 4 to 5 years, hands down, the best secondary and the best defense in the NFL.
Your best Richard Sherman trash talk story, because you've heard it all. What's your best story you got?
Oh, my God. Obviously, it's the post-game Michael Crabtree.
Yeah.
How dare you try me with a trash receiver like that? And so when he did that against Crabtree, I know to this day he probably still feels that. I remember him yawning to Pierre Garçon and to the Vikings, like yawning in a guy's face. Like, bro, this is the NFL. We're the best football players on the planet. How do you yawn in my face? But he knew who he is. He knows what he stands for. And he definitely lets you know how he feels about you.
Who's the best trash talker that you just heard while being out there on the field? Other than a teammate?
Oh, hands down, Phillip Rivers. Hands down, Phillip Rivers. We was playing Phillip Rivers, and this was 2017. And the week before, we ran a blitz. It's a weak side pressure off the left side. We got a sack, big-time sack. We did it against Phillip Rivers, the same game. He called out. He was like, KJ, Is that the same blitz you guys ran last week? This was during the game. KJ, is that the same weak side pressure you guys brought? I'm like, how this man know this coming? We're in the middle of a game. He slid the protection to the left, completed third down, first down Chargers. And first hands off. One of the smartest and most just ultimate competitors was Phillip Rivers. When you stepped on the football field with him, you know that you had to bring your A game. I never beat him. They always had a phenomenal game plan against us, and he let you know loud and clear that I studied, I'm prepared, and anything you guys try to do against me, I've already seen a million times.
I love that, KJ, when he would do that and he'd call it out, and he's like, I just thought, as you're knowing that this guy's just picking you guys apart, what's your reaction when you hear him do that?
I like, Coach, this man knows what we're doing. Can we bring it from the opposite side? Can we check when he checks? But he was just always a step ahead of everyone. He was just so smart, just a student of the game. And I was like, Coach, we got to do something, because if we don't, he's going to continue to pick us apart.